independent Stamping Up demonstrator in Auckland, New Zealand. I hope you all had a fantastic Easter and a wonderful break. Spent time with family and friends and didn't overindulge too much in the chocolate. We had some fantastic time with the grandchildren, Easter hunts and things like that, which was great. And we even did an adult one, which was really good. There wasn't an Easter egg at the end. There was some other goodies like champagne, etc. But anyway, I am so excited to be able to share with you today this Petal Park two-step stamping stamp and just some ideas and inspiration using that. So let's flick over to the desk and we will get started. Okay, so the desk is there with the stamp set, and I'm just going to check that I am in the right place. I'll put that on. Yes, I can see that. That's fantastic. Yay. So welcome along. As I say, this is the Petal Park. It is two-step stamping, which I absolutely love. It just lends itself to so many different things that you can do with it. You can just use the outline, obviously, and colour if you want to. Colour with your own medium, like pens or watercolour pencils, blenders, anything like that. Or you can add the colour by two-step stamping, which we're going to be doing today. The stamp set doesn't come with sentiments, so I'm going to be using this one, the Go-To Greetings. So love how the script on this is just gorgeous, and you have the two sizes, or three sizes actually, quite small and then medium and then large, perfect for any sort of project that you're doing. Okay, let's just double check. Looks as though it's I like the new time. Oh, that's good. I do too. It's quite relaxing actually, I must admit. And I've also used the alphabet, a la mode alphabet dies for this card. Okay, let's start off. We're going to take a piece of basic white and a little bit of blending again today. Not much though. I'm going to use, let me get that out of the way, a couple of colours. Misty Moonlight, which as you know is making a comeback. I had a ink pad that I have dragged out of the cupboard to use. So that's super exciting. I love this blue. It's like a lovely denim blue. So we're just going to add, it's quite dark, and I'm just going to add a little bit down the bottom here. So it goes on quite easily. So you don't want to ink up too much before you put it on. So I probably don't need to add another layer. Okay. It's that in between, isn't it, of, like I say, it's like a denim. It's not as dark as Night of Navy. Okay. And now I'm going to use, as you can see, some Tahitian Tide. And I am just going to start on there. So I'm adding that to the top of the Misty Moonlight. And just tapping off any excess and just going to bring that up. I don't want to go too far up, but I do want to blend the colours together. And a little bit more. I think the art with blending, or I find for me, it's you add, hi Julie, thank you for popping on and watching, so lovely to see you here. The art of blending, I find, is just building up slowly. I just think if you rush it and try and add the colour too quickly, then it just doesn't work out that well. Okay, so I just want to get lighter. It's sort of like an ombre effect. I just got word my son's over in Australia, my youngest, who's 16, on a rugby tour. He's just finished playing their first game and they won, so that was super exciting. But they found it like it's 29 degrees and the ground is rock hard. So that was quite a shock to the system, I think. Hi, Angela. You love Mr. Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? It's a lovely blue. I'm so excited that that and some other colours as well are coming back. Okay, so let's grab our foam mat and get rid of that. They get everywhere, those things, don't they? I am going to use Memento, and this, so the two-step part of the stamping is that this one is the outline of the leaves. So I'm going to ink this up in Memento, Tuxedo Black. Give it a good covering. So I've got this foam mat because it is a photopolymer stamp. Okay, so let me see, how do I want to put this? I might put it around that way, I think. Okay, so I'm going to pop this.
I haven't found it yet.
Sorry, that's my granddaughter come in. Nana's doing a live, darling. Can you go out and shut the door, my love?
I found mine.
You found yours, yes. We're going to the zoo tomorrow and we've got passes and I've got mine and the kids are looking for theirs. So Amelia's just letting me know she hasn't found hers yet. Okay, so that's the outline. Now we're going to add some colour to the inside of the stamp. So this is the two-step part. So lots of different ways to party and add a colour to the leaves, and that, or you could do totally different two colours if you wanted to, or you could do two second generations, so you can do the dark on the outside and then stamp off, and then the lighter colour would be on the inside of the stamp. So as I was saying, there's just so much you can do with this two-step stamping. Okay, I'm going to have to stand up. Hopefully I won't knock the camera when I'm doing this, to get this lined up. Okay. Now I wanted a nice bright colour because I've got the blue. So that should fit in there perfectly. Now, with a bigger photopolymer stamp like this, if you have trouble matching it up, what I find is if you stamp the outline stamp first, then you lay the leaf stamp on top and then put the block on, and then you know it's going to be in exactly the right place. Okay, so that is that, and now we're going to stamp on a separate bit of paper, two flowers, and I'm going to also do black outline for this. Okay. And I like to always check with my punch how they go in to the punch. So especially with a bigger piece of paper, you're going to want to be able to feed it in so that it matches the stamps. It just makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to do it that way. And this one. Right, now another colour that's coming back, which I'm super excited about. We've had it as an in colour, and it's going to stay as Fresh Freesia. Oh gosh, I've used this so much, this Fresh Freesia. Really, really, really like it. So let's grab that, ink up, and line it up again. There we go. And isn't that just gorgeous? I just really love it. And this one. And punches are just so quick and easy to use. Right, now I have got a little Stampin' Right here, a Daffodil Delight. So I'm just going to colour in the centre a little bit. They've left it, it's been left white on the stamp. And just add that. Okay. Right, get the punch, and I'll just punch these out. You see how easy that is. Always have, the other thing, another tip is always have it a little bit longer than the punch so that you can hold it and maneuver it. I've done that a few times where it's been too short and I've really struggled to put it in the right place. Okay, that's one. And then another one. Okay, so just back to this, I forgot to do some little dots on this. One of the stamps in this set is this little set of dots, which I really like. And I'm just going to add, now really gentle touch into the ink pad, and when you stamp it on, just very, very gentle touch. Otherwise you'll get blobs, great big blobs. I've done that before today too. See, I know all these things because I've made lots of mistakes and figured it out. Okay, there, just a couple. Right, now I have pre-cut this out and I have got them in the bowl. Now I have cut out, now one thing, sometimes you don't want to use dimensionals. Tap, 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 fairy taps, exactly right, fairy taps. One thing you don't want to do is, sometimes you don't want to use dimensionals because they can be quite thick, but you still want them to be high off the page, just a little bit up. So you can, I'm so sorry, I can't tell them to go because you'll hear me. So I've used, Amelia, can you go, darling, please, quietly? Thank you. I keep the back of the, you know, when you get the 12 by 12, you get cardboard. Sometimes you get the white cardstock. I keep this and I can use it for something like this. And so I had cut them out. I couldn't pre-do them, sadly, because, they've gone. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. So the cardstock just lifts it off a little bit, but not as thick as dimensionals. Sometimes, as I say, you don't want it as high as that. So I'm going to start off with the O, and I'm just going to start down this end. And I have used, you can see these ones here, I have used the specialty silver paper, which is carrying over. It's going to not be in, oh thank you, it's not going to be in the catalogue. It's going to be in the online exclusive, so that you can get it there. It'll just be continually there, but it won't be in the catalogue. There's another one actually that I was upset thinking that it was going, and that was the Queen Bee stamp set. But it's actually going to be on the online exclusive as well. So excited that's staying, though the dies aren't staying. So if you do have the stamp set and think you might want to get the dies, you're probably best to grab hold of some of those. Because they do have some little extras in there too, which are really nice. little honeycomb and little bees. Now, those that know me well know that I'm not very good at getting things straight. So I'm hoping that this works out all right. The grandbabies, I know. They like coming up and seeing what I'm doing all the time. And of course, Reuben follows his sister wherever she goes. They like to be assisting, I think. Okay. Now, for the next one, the letters are cute too, though, aren't they, Helen? Of course they're cute. Okay. So it's quite good to keep those scraps like this. Sometimes this card that's at the back of the 12 by 12, the white card, is just a little bit thicker, thinner than, or it's thinner than the brown cardstock, but it's thicker than our cardstock that we use. So just a good way to use those bits that you'd normally just put in the bin for the recycling. And that one, it's quick once you've done the first layer and you put too much glue on. There you go. This is the longest part, sorry. No, couldn't do anything ahead of time with this either, except for cut them out, of course. Okay. Now, I did cut them out. I'll show you in a minute when we go to put them on. One thing, the specialty paper is a little bit more expensive, so you don't want to waste it. So I've cut the letters from the middle. Okay. They are shouty capitals, not as cute as the grandbabies, yeah, true. But they're cute capitals. Okay, there we go. There's a reason I start at the other end, because I put my hand in the glue. Yes, we've got little passes to go to the zoo, and they were looking for them, coming up to report that she still hasn't found it. Okay, there we go. Right, so this is what I've done to cut them out. So using this as a mat, I've cut the letters out of the middle so that you don't waste that beautiful paper. And we are just now going to glue that on. And then you won't be able to tell it's even there. Okay. This silver has got quite a little sort of a blue tint to it. I don't know if you can tell on there. It's got a little bit of a blue tint to it, which is just gorgeous. Okay, let's put some of these flowers on, and I'll just get my see, even that I haven't put on very straight. And I don't normally use glue. I usually meant to use tear and tape's better. Tear and tape or Stampin' Seal Plus when you're putting something onto this, because it slips and slides. Okay, let's just curl these up a little bit. And put that one there. So there's little spots you can see for these, like a little dent in there to put one of the petals. And where's that all gone? Do this one. putting these up on dimensionals. Okay, and a small one. Push that one up a little bit, just to give it a bit of interest by just curling up the petals. Okay, back there. Right, so the next thing I'm going to do is, I have already pre-done it. You'll be pleased to know I have white embossed the happy birthday on here. Yeah, the silver and the blues go really well. I usually am a gold girl, but I just thought, no, I have to use the silver with the blue. Okay, so just running that over. I'm not going to put that on dimensionals. Just going to put that. Might trim the end down a little bit. Just trying to get a straight line. There we go. Pop that there. And I'm also going to stamp, which I haven't done yet, is a couple of leaves. I'll just use the rest of this paper. The punch does have a leaf punch on it as well. And I forgot to check which way around it was, but that's all right. I can figure it out. And now, while I'm doing that, I was thinking what colour to put on. I might do the silver. I had white. So silver, I think, might be, yeah. So I was going to say silver or white, but I think the silver might be quite good. But there's white as well. Let me know what you think. Okay, now punch. Now it's right down the bottom here, and I've probably not got it in properly to. This is what I mean by checking where it is. Right. This is going to be. See, I did not check. Okay. And I am going to struggle now. Just trying to keep a long piece so that I can maneuver it. I'm going to have to do it back to front, I think. And I'm not going to. Well, you can see exactly what I was saying now about making sure that you have it in the right position, because that is what happens. And I'm just going to now trim it. I'm not going to punch it. There we go. Easy. I don't mind fussy cutting, so there we go. So, what not to do? Yes, I have actually with Pack and Gold and Silver. I've ordered it. I have not received it yet. My order is taking a wee while. Now I'm missing a flower. Where has it gone? Oh gosh. Okay. That should be a little one in there somewhere, but it's not there. That's all right. We'll just use the big one. And dimensional. Yes, I haven't seen it live. You know, I haven't seen it in person, but it does look beautiful. Okay. that is supposed to be the smaller one. As you can see, it's a bit big, but let me just cut that down as well. There we go. And the leaves, just about there. A bit more complicated this time than I normally do for a live. Yeah. And just going to tuck that under there. Silver. Okay, thanks Julie. Silver. Yep. Yeah, I think silver might look the best actually with these colours. Okay. And crooked as usual. Okay. So let's tie a little bow. Let's get rid of that. Probably find the little flower now. Oh, there it is. Ta-da! That's all right, I'll leave it like that. Okay. I might tie a double bow. So for me to tie a double bow, I just take my left hand and then I form a loop. I'm just going to do a little one. And then a bottom loop, so top and bottom. Then I do another one. And another one at the bottom. And I gather those together. And then I just take that length around the back, round to the front and through that loop. I always find the silver and gold twine quite difficult to get to do what I want it to do, I must admit. Okay, pull that tight. And get a trusty glue dot. I've got some other samples here to show you as well. Let's just get rid of some of these things on the desktop. Okay. And tuck that down a little bit. Very pretty. Yep, I like the silver. Good choice. Oops. Okay, last thing, of course, got to do some bling. These are the iridescent basic gems. Just love these. These pick up the colour of whatever you're using on your project. I just love how it will just coordinate perfectly every time. Okay. There we have a two-step stamping with a little bit of blending in the background and some die cutting. So I hope you enjoyed that. As I say, it's a little bit longer. I've done another one here in Highland Heather and Fresh Freesia and Petal Pink. And this is another one I've done just quite simple. This is using the full strength stamp for the outline and then stamping off for the second generation for the inside using Parakeet Party and Melon Mambo. And then this is another one I did which is quite different. It is quite soft. It's using Petal Pink but watercolor background, using soft sea foam. These are white embossed and just very soft watercoloring onto the flowers, etc. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that gives you inspiration to use this stamp set. It is amazing. Really, really love it. And there is so much you can do with it. So thank you so much for joining me. As I say, sorry it's a bit longer than normal, but it was a bit hard to do things ahead of time. So take care, everybody, and see you next week. Bye. Hmm.